The longtime girlfriend of Brittanee Dexel's killer is now headed back to prison. Angel Vaz admitted in U.S. District Court that in Charleston that she lied to the FBI during their investigation of Drexel's death. During Vaz's initial hearing 2 weeks ago, she turned down a deal that would have had her plead guilty to two counts of making false statements to federal agents. 2022, Vaz's boyfriend Raymond Moody pleaded guilty to the murder of Drexel. He is now serving a life sentence. Vaz's bond has now been revoked because of this change in plea, and she now faces up to 24 years in prison. Let's go ahead and bring in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes to break down exactly what happened over the last couple of weeks here with involving the lying here.
Well, you got to think about it. When you have an opportunity to get these types of deals, either you're going to accept them or you're going to reject them. And oftentimes in open court, the prosecutor will say, once you reject this deal, that offer's off the table. At some point, she then reconsidered and say, you know what, I do want to take this deal, because the likelihood and the reality of her going to prison for 24 plus years was something that was right around the corner, because you were on tape lying. He admitted to showing them where the bodies were, and so at some point you were trying to cover for him, and then you recognize that, okay, I don't have any way out of this. And as you start to try to game plan, how do I get out of this? The ultimate thing is, can I go back to the prosecutor and figure it out? I've had that happen a number of times. Clients are just not comfortable with accepting that plea, with accepting responsibility, get a better deal, try to figure it out. And then they're like, you know what? My back is against the wall. I'll take it. And oftentimes they do take it right there on that day, but sometimes they reconsider and they're saying, I'm not comfortable. But I always advise them, if you're uncomfortable taking a deal in this situation, recognize that you may be going to trial, especially if it's stacked up against you. Do you have a defense to what they're alleging? In this case, lying to officers, misleading them during this investigation, she had no defense.
And that's going to be incredibly frustrating for a lawyer like yourself to go through those type of things when you lay it out, because you have to go through everything, and then you have to go back to the prosecutors with all this.
My goal is to make sure that I give the person that I'm defending everything that the DA's office has, that the prosecutor has, making sure that they're able to have an informed decision when they're making a determination if they want to take a plea. Because I can't advise them and tell them what to do. I can say, this is all the information in front of you. Here's the likelihood of you being successful at trial. Here's the likelihood of you being convicted. Now, what do you want to do? And when you look at this information that's laid out in front of you, imagine hearing that read in front of a jury of your peers and see how you think they will react to that information.
The other thing is that you want to bring up out of this case is the importance of being able, they're putting the finger of the blame on somebody else on this.
Well, we live in a society that is quick to cancel and quick to convict. And even though our law says that you're innocent till proven guilty, ultimately most people, when you are even charged, the public eye, public perception, the court of public opinion often convicts you before even a charge comes out. And that's what happened in this case. That young man, that individual at the time, you can't live that down. And obviously that's now why they're attempting to sue, because the hardship that comes after an allegation of doing something, specifically something horrific like this, you can't come back from that.
All right, Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes, thank you so much for breaking it down on the Brittanee Drexel case and Angel Vaz.